Two people are here. Okay, welcome, two people. Oh, Jesus. I've been away so long, things have changed even when I set up the lives. Oh, one person's opted out. Someone's gone already. Oh, that's it. That's it. Three people here. Okay, three people here. William Singleton, happy holidays. Nice to hear from you, William. Okay. Sean Ricketts, Kev Twine. Thank you. I'm sure you look very nice as well. Kipax, hello, Seretti, hello to you all. Derek Mack, Ned Fields. Good luck, good evening to you all. Anyway, I'm a little bit taken aback because when I was setting up this live, I've only been away for a couple of weeks, and the whole setup seems to have changed. And they're asking me questions that they didn't ask before or whatever. Anyway, Kev Twine, okay. Derek Mack, Ned Fields, Jabinta. Oh, Kuala Lumpur. We got Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia here. Nice to hear from you. Andrew Johnson. Good evening, Andrew. Archie Westmoreland, Steve Rundo, Kipax. Kipax, nice haircut. Okay. Right now, I had to do this evening, get the old, the old chopper out, the old haircut that I bought from Amazon. Now, I remember the first disastrous attempt that I had at that, and I didn't cut it right, and I didn't realize it until I come on this stream. Well, I think I've done it okay. I think I've got it sorted anyway. Simon Bridges, Gordon Wright, Dave Licht, YouTube. We're excited for you in Crete. I hope I can be in Crete next week. It is. I set myself a target even before I booked the flight a month or so ago. I set myself a target that I'm going to begin traveling on Monday, September the 6th. That was the day that I'm going to begin traveling. Okay, that's a week from now, and I think it's all set. Nothing's 100%, even though I've got everything booked, or almost everything booked. Nothing's 100% set. I have the flight booked next Monday. I have my coach ticket, my National Express coach ticket to the airport. It's quite a long journey, that one. And also this evening, I have finally taken a gamble. Everything's a gamble. Everything's a gamble. I have taken a gamble and booked that most nauseating, irritating thing, the thing that was bugging me most of all. I have booked online the PCR test. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Jonathan Baldwin, nice to hear from you all. 69 people in the chat here, so nice to see you all again. Alex Garland, Jerry Stummer, Steady Eddie's squeaky door. Yo, Eddie, with a multitude of exclamation marks. Sean the Prawn, nice to hear from you. California, Mick Tamazy, good. I had watching California. Daniel Belmont to Philippines for 2 months from October, hopefully. You see, as far as I know, we have all of these. We have all these countries on this red list. This bloody traffic light system. Let's see. Neil Fleet, Jamie 269, Ting Tong Tai. It's great to hear from you all. Anyway, 89 people in the chat. Jonathan Bolton, did you hear Thailand is now on the red list? Yeah, of course. That came as a surprise to me, really. I mean, I still can't figure out how Turkey was put on the red list, and it's still on the red list now. No, for me, for me, I think as soon as I heard the red list for Thailand, we all know that they've got terrible problems out there with, bars closed and lockdowns and all the rest of it. I mean, I thought it would be unthinkable last year for them to actually lose a peak season, but they did. But it looks like they're going to lose this year's peak season. It's not looking good at all. And for me, when it was announced that it's been put on the red list, well, I just thought, well, it's the final nail in the coffin for this year, isn't it? Really, it's really the final nail in the coffin. I can't see Thailand recovering. Let's see. Who's there? Who just mentioned something about movies? Somebody just mentioned something about movies. Movies is my thing. Daniel Bell, I looking like Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver tonight, Ed. You're talking to me? You're talking to me? Well, there's nobody else here. Okay, yeah, okay. That's probably the worst Robert De Niro impersonation that you've ever heard, anyway. But thanks for that one, anyway. Alternate. I might just come on here one night with a Mohican. Okay. Sean the Prawn, are you fully vaccinated, Daddy? I've had two vaccines, okay. Now remember that, the reason I got this word vaccine, it's because, I can't keep saying, the V word over and over again. So I call it the vaccine. Everyone knows vaccine. I named it after, an old girlfriend that I once had. She was really, really hairy, she had, lovely hairy in the right womanly places, so whenever I think of, hairy vaccine, that's anyway, for that. Great to have you. But yeah, I have had the 2 doses. I've had a couple of doses, parts 1 and 2. And I think I'm one of the few people who I know who never actually had a problem with it. I mean, I just went in there and, got it jabbed, and then I've never had any real side effects. Nothing like that. Well, I don't think so, anyway. Not yet, anyway. Okay, Bazza, red list won't matter to you, mate, once you leave the UK. I hope that's the case. Thank you. Okay. Harold Betterson. Pal 555. Yeah, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you, Pal 555. Daniel Bell. Okay. Kickbacks. That was my Robert De Niro impersonation. Okay. What is that? Mick Maisie. It's a $3,000 fine for using sunscreen. And I've never heard that one before. Pastor, can you believe we've had to write off 2 years of travel to Southeast Asia? Well, I wouldn't have believed it, but nowadays I can believe anything. You just never know what's coming next. I mean, this bloody thing, pandemic thing just goes on. It's like a never-ending soap opera. I'm sure when Coronation Street or EastEnders began, people gave them, a year. It'll probably be good for about a year, but after that, it'll fade away. This is going on longer. It's going to outlive any of those things. Popcorn, nice to hear from you, Popcorn. Really, really nice to hear from you. Andrew Johnson, no worries for me. Still have to wonderful Thailand on the 12th of September. Okay, a big shout out to my Facebook friend, Andrew Johnson. I really, really do admire the guy. He went to Thailand last year during the peak season when the rest of us were, too scared to go. And he had a great time. I think he met a nice lady. That's his business anyway. But he's going there again, and he's determined to go there again, and nothing's going to stop him from going out to Thailand and having a good time. And I say, Andrew, cheers to you, mate. A really, really good luck to you anyway. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Good luck to you. Okay. Bottle Baby. Kipax, wrong Mick. Wrong Mick. Can you hear me okay? Can everyone hear me okay? Everyone see and hear me? Okay. Curly Sisters, who's this? Harold Betterson. Ed, can I have a shout out, please? Okay. Harold Betterson! Was that loud enough for you? Okay, that's a shout out. That's what you wanted, isn't it? Mark Holman. Hello, do you think Thailand will open in January? It's impossible to say. When's it? Does anyone really know when it's going to be open? I mean, bars, it's not going to be the same for a very long time to come. I mean, that's what it is. I don't think anyone really knows anything, but I don't really think anyone really knows anything. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute about the dreaded PCR test. This bloody thing that's been bugging, but it's like a loose cannon. It's been me so much. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first of all, let's talk about something else. A nice little one. Barry Torjak. Hi, Ed. How's your new phone? Okay. Well, remember a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about some new equipment. And one of the things that I wanted to get is a bloody good quality phone. I did not want an iPhone. Well, rather, I did want an iPhone 12 Pro Max, the top of the range stuff. But I didn't like the idea of paying about 1,200 quid for it, which is about 1,600. Well, no, it's more than that, about $1,700 US, isn't it? It's good to whatever. Not because I'm a skinflint or because I'm tight. I mean, if you get the best quality equipment, then you've got to expect to have to pay for it. But I don't like the idea of live streaming in public with something that's that valuable, because it would become a target for thieves. That's the way that I see it anyway. So what I actually managed to get was the Oppo Reno 4. Now, I know this one's over a year old. It's brand new. You know, it's not a used phone. I managed to get it for Amazon. It was valued at £7, but I got it from Amazon for £400, simply because there's been a couple of models, you know, on the market since then. I haven't really had much chance to test it, but it looks bloody good. I've tested the camera. You know, I was on Dartmoor, and I went out in Dartmoor around Hato Rock, and you know, filmed a few ponies and, you know, whatever. And I tried to film the hound and the basketballs, but I never actually come across that one. But yeah, the Oppo Reno, that will be my live streaming phone. I haven't really had the chance to use it much just yet, but I think it's going to be good. So everyone who recommended that phone for me, you know, a number of people, thanks for that anyway. Okay, yellow. Okay, Daniel Bell. Okay, Daniel Bell. Don't forget PCR tests are going to add up when you no, this is Wolves View. This is. Don't forget PCR tests are going to add up when you go traveling. It's all going to be expensive. You know, it's all going to be expensive. I'm not going to be having them every week. I'm going to be spending a significant amount of time in each country. You know, this is all bizarre, because I don't really know which countries I'm going to. I'm going to start off next week in Crete. At least I think I am. That is the plan, unless it all goes bloody pear-shaped, and you can never rule out anything. But I really don't know where I'm going. Ian UK. So what is the plan after Crete? I don't have any plans. Simply because you know, I've traveled for many years. I've traveled 6 months at a time, and I'm bloody good at planning things under normal circumstances. I set 6 months aside once to travel around South America. It doesn't include Brazil, Argentina, Bolivia, you know, all of those countries. I sat down and I planned it carefully. I read the guidebooks. I thought, you know, for the 6 months, I'm going to go here, there. I'm going to travel this way, and it all went to plan. I even went to the Amazon, the mighty Amazon River, and stayed in a jungle lodge in the rainforest. I planned all this, and it all went to plan. I'm a pretty good planner when it comes to that. The problem is, in this pandemic bollocks, is that you can't plan anything. You cannot plan anything. You just never know what's going to happen next. So all as I know is I'll be on the coach on Monday, early hours of Monday morning next week. I've got a PCR test at the airport. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then hopefully I'll be on the flight Monday afternoon, and hopefully by this time next Monday, I will be cozying up in a nice little hotel room in Crete. Hopefully. I mean, it'll either work or it won't work, or there'll be setbacks, or maybe I'll be back here in a week or so with egg on me face because it's all gone pear-shaped. I just don't know. I just don't know. Just take each day as it comes, really. Let's see. DC, hi Eddie, nice haircut, much better. You look 20 years younger. But fine, thank you. I do appreciate that. I've had to shave as well. Oh, the things I do for my YouTube channel. Oh, let me see now. Bazooki Yawn 96. Where are you off to? Greece. Yeah, I'll be starting. I have a one-way ticket to Crete. Okay. Now, some people, you know, said, like, you know, now that we're no longer in the European Union, I don't know this before, but apparently maybe when you get to the airport, they'll demand an onward ticket. You know, a one-way ticket's not good enough. They may require that you have a ticket for leaving the place. Well, if that's the case, then, you know, I'll just take it as come along, and I'll just book something on the internet, you know, out of there. You know, it's nothing's for certain. There's nothing for certain right now. You really just got to hit and hope. Floris, evening. I just came home from a 6-week trip of Italy, Berlin, Italy, Albania. That all sounds absolutely fantastic. Where I've been around Italy. Berlin's a great place. I've never been to Albania. you know, well, sounds great. Sounds terrific. Sounds terrific. I'm sure that you had a great time. And Albania. What do you think of when you think of Albania? Apparently, this is one of those countries that's open. You know, I'm like, well, I'm thinking of those Taken movies. You know, Liam Neeson. You know, and the Albanians. Apparently, I've seen a documentary somewhere about Albanian people, and they said they don't like that because the Albanian people are probably very friendly people when you get there. I've never been to Albania. I think when was the first time I ever heard the name of Albania? I think it was many years ago. I think it was on Only Fools and Horses. I think it was, I'm not right in saying that. Well, it wasn't Delboy, played by the wonderful David Jason. Wasn't he at a market somewhere? And he had a couple of ornaments in his hands. Come on, folks, get these super duper ornaments or whatever they were. And I always recall that he said something like, "These are none of your made in Hong Kong rubbish. These are from Albania." Yeah. Yeah, cracking. Made me laugh anyway. I think that was actually the first time I ever heard the name Albania. Okay. Yeah, okay, Daniel Bell, thanks for that one. Thanks, Dan. Daniel Mills, iPhone's a complete rip-off. Well, you know, I haven't really explored my Oppo Reno 4 just yet. Did I say Reno 4 like it's a bloody car or something? No, it's Oppo Reno 4. It's a brand new phone, not a used one at all. I managed to get it, like, you know, it was 700 quid. I got it for 400 quid. Really pleased. I've checked it out. It looks fantastic and all of that. But I've watched videos, comparison videos. There's tons of them on YouTube about iPhones and how the Oppo compares to the iPhone 11 or whatever. And it comes out very, very well. I mean, it gets really, 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 for its camera and everything, it gets great reviews. It's, you know, so I'm looking forward to really using it. That will be my live streaming phone when I'm abroad, if I get abroad. Yeah. Okay, under the sun, even Eddie, I hope you're well. Yeah, fine, thank you. Nice to hear from you. Ting Tong, that's a bit negative, that one, mate. It's a bit, come on, it's a bit negative. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. Forget about Thailand until 2023, and Pattaya is finished. No, I don't. I can't agree with that, mate. I can't agree with that. Can't agree with that. Yeah, okay. Oppo phone better value than Samsung. Graham Johnson, nice to hear from you, mate. You know, Oppo's well in sunny Spain. I believe that's where you are right now. Oppo, good phone, better value than Samsung. Yeah, well, absolutely. I'd never even heard of Oppo until the other week when I think Andrew Johnson and a few other people there. By the way, thanks for that super chat, Andrew. I really, really do appreciate that. Anyway, I really, really do. You're very, very kind. And I'm quite envious, really, that you're so your determination for getting up to Thailand, you know, surpasses mine. So good luck to you, mate. Really, really good luck to you. Kicks TV. Did you get a gimbal for the phone? Now, I've actually invested in quite a bit of new equipment recently. I've invested in the Oppo Reno 4. Yeah, okay. I've got my phone set up. I have actually purchased a gimbal as well for the first time ever. Not necessarily for the phone. It's actually more for my Canon G7X, which has still got a lot of life in it. So I will be using the gimbal. It's still in the box, to be honest with you. I've took it out and picked it up and had a look, but I haven't actually got it going yet. But I have actually got a gimbal for the first time. It's one which I looked on a YouTube video, and it's suitable for Canon G7X, most mobile phones. It looks pretty good. So I will be using a gimbal when I'm abroad. So there's a lot of technology. Also, I purchased a brand new laptop. It's the it's a HP. It's a HP. God Almighty, I've forgotten what one it is. But it cost me about 1,200 quid. It's a 17-inch. It's the HP Envy 17, I got it going the other day, and it looks like it's got a lovely, beautiful big screen. It's a 16 RAM and a 1 terabyte, of storage. So it's apparently it's going to be ideal. So I know this laptop that I'm using there, I've flogged this one to death. But the fact is, I'm still going to keep this because it's still going, and it's nice as a backup laptop. So yeah, I've been invested. I have a new laptop, a gimbal, and a new a new phone, for my vlogging. And I'm really looking forward to getting out there and making videos and having fun. Okay, Darren Jarman. Before I get to you, Darren. Let me see. George Orwell. I just got my hair like yours about an hour ago. Good for you, mate. Good for you. We've always got 300 people in the chat. Near enough to it. This is Pearl and Backer, by the way. Little's special. I'm going to need pork pies tonight, but I'll tell you what I'm going to have after this live stream. I'm going to cook the Little's tin of Irish stew, which I like very much. It's so tasty. Bung it in a dish, put it in a microwave for 5 minutes, and I have it with toast, and it's lovely as well. Little's Irish stew is on the menu tonight. Where do I see? Darren Jarman, why do you need a PCR with both vaccines? God knows, mate. God knows. I mean, like a lot of people, I thought that once you get the 2 vaccines, that's it. You can go whatever you want with peace of mind, but it's not the case, is it? They're talking about a 3rd vaccine, a booster vaccine. Not only that, but on the news, I heard that, oh, Jesus Christ, after about 6 months, the effects of the vaccines start to fade, don't they? You never know what's coming next. I've had my 2 jabs. I still cannot get on an airplane to go where I want without the PCR test, okay? Thailand backpacker, don't book anything to Thailand until everything is set in stone. Nothing to do there. Nothing's going to be set in stone, mate. It's all hit and hope. There's nothing's guaranteed right now out here on this, this soap opera pandemic. Neil Fleet, are you paying for the quick PCR test? Okay, now let me just tell you this thing. I've been tearing the last strands of my head. I was like a hippie before this PCR test come along, and I've been tearing my hair out. Now I've gone almost bald with it. This has been a major headache for me. It really has been a complete pain. I just don't trust this bastard thing. This. It's got to be within 72 hours. Now, I'm flying on a Monday, so when would I take a test within 72 hours? Well, on the Friday. But what if, with my timing of my flight, what if it goes more than 72 hours by the time I land, and it's 75 hours or something? They're going to disclude it. They're going to say it doesn't count. So maybe it's better for me to get the PCR test on a Saturday. But then that's a little bit inconvenient. When am I going to get the results for this? I'm going to wait in the post. I decided to do something, and I'm sure some of you will say, you're stupid. You shouldn't do that. That's not the way to do it. It's not recommended. But I'm actually having the PCR test at the airport before I board my flight. It's an express one, and apparently they say they get the results back within 3 hours. Okay. Now, I'll tell you the way it's going to work without telling you what airport or whatever, that I'm going to. It's one of the London-based ones, basically. Basically, I get off the long coach journey at the airport, and about half an hour, just over half an hour, well, it is half an hour later, after getting off the coach, my appointment is in this tent somewhere at the airport. Hopefully I don't have to go into the terminal. I think I know where the tent is. I think I can get there within half an hour. But then, this coach, coaches sometimes get delayed in traffic. This is going to be on a Monday, don't forget. It could be caught in rush hour traffic. Nothing's guaranteed. But basically, my PCR test is going to be in a tent somewhere in the airport grounds. and I'm booked in at a cost of 90 quid. I'm booked to get this test half an hour after I step off the coach, which means I'm going to have to drag my luggage before I go on the terminal. I'm going to drag my luggage across, across the airport grounds. Okay. So I get this PCR test. Now my flight is scheduled to leave less than 5 hours after I step off the coach. So work it out. I go across the airport. I go and get this PCR test, presuming it all goes well within 10 minutes. And then I should get my results. This is the agreement. This is what I paid for. I should get my results back within 3 hours. Now, if I get my results back 3 hours after I take the test, then that leaves roughly about an hour before I board my flight. So it's cutting it fine. It's cutting it fine, isn't it? Assuming that the results come back well, I test negative. Now, 3 hours. Now, hopefully, it says within 3 hours. If I get my results back within 2 hours, it'll be great. I've heard some people saying that they've got the results back within an hour. That would be brilliant. But if they stretch it to the 3 hours, then it's all a gamble. It's all a gamble. It's all a gamble. You know. It's a complete pain, and some people, I know some of you are probably thinking it's a bit dumb. That is, you shouldn't really, you shouldn't really leave it that long. So sorry, I mean you shouldn't really leave it to the airport. But I found all the other stuff online to be totally confusing, and I'm just going to leave it in the hands of what's happening at the airport, and I'm just hoping for the best. It's all hit and hope. Dirty Dave. Okay, great chat tonight, Ed. I hear Beats Road is closed, overturned lorry carrying snooker supplies, queues in both directions. Bloody good, mate. Bloody good. I like it. Thanks for that. Thanks for that super chat. I do appreciate that. Cheers to you anyway. Dirty Dave. Great name there. Okay, Asia Overland with Dave. Asia Overland with Dave. You're cutting it too fine for me. Jahizi, yes, definitely a scam. Yeah. To be honest with you, the actual company that I'm using for this PCR test, you are not actually the first one that I've heard it being called a scam. Someone else said that. But this person who called it a scam said he missed his flight because he was told he was going to get his results back within an hour. Well, I'm not going to be told that I'm getting these results back within an hour. I'm being told it's going to be within 3 hours. I'm hoping it's going to be less than that. No, nothing's for certain, okay? Nothing's for certain. I'm going on a National Express coach. The coach ticket is very, very cheap. The flight that I'm going on is very, very cheap. This PCR test bollocks thing is... it's not really cheap. It's all a gamble. It's all a gamble. You've just got to hit and know. In this current climate, this pandemic, scamdemic, nothing's for sale. It's all a gamble. It's all hit and hope. I mean, some friends of mine said to me, when you want to get it sorted before you get on that coach. You don't want to be doing that long coach journey. Worrying about whether the coach is going to get there in time, and you want to get it sorted before then. I don't care. Whatever will be, will be. Whatever will be, will be. I've booked it tonight, and it's I've booked it tonight, and I don't know. Who's that? Paul Hoskins. Did he have nice muffins in Crete? I'm sure you'll be able to find one, mate. Who said that? Somebody said. But Mac Mac Adderweg, am I wrong? But this Thailand have millions of beautiful young ladies, unlimited beer, sunshine, and dirt cheap prices. Still hands down the best holiday destination. Well, it sounds bloody good if you can get there, except nothing's what it should be, mate. It's not the same, is it, right now? Who said that? I think was it Graham Johnson who said, "Oh Jesus, I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound of any of this. I don't like the sound of any of this. Don't like the sound of any of this." Okay. Farang 97, I thought you could just show proof of vaccination for Greece. No, they want a PCR test, mate. K-Pax doesn't sound good, Eddie. No, it doesn't sound good to me either. But what's the alternative? What is the alternative? The worst case scenario that I can think of is that I'm going to have a wasted journey. Let me tell you something. If I miss my flight because of this, then I've lost money and I wasted a bit of time. But what I will do if I miss that flight, and the flight, including the luggage, I paid extra for my suitcase. I'm taking the suitcase with me. If I miss my flight because of this, for any kind of hiccups, hopefully my test is going to come back negative. I mean, if it comes back positive, then I'm really in this shit. But if I miss my flight, what I will probably do, seeing as I'm at that airport, I will probably hang around that airport and book another flight to somewhere else, assuming that I have that PCR test. I probably lost money because of it, but then I've still got about 500 quid outstanding on that flight here to Bangkok last year. So, you know, everyone in this current climate, lots of people have lost money. They've lost money on flights. They've lost money on hotels. You know, I don't think there's anyone who's come out well out of all of this. You know, we've all lost something. Ben, results back within 30 minutes, Ed. Stop panicking, man. I hope you're right. I hope you are right. I really, really hope you're right. I'll tell you what will be interesting, right? I get off the coach. The coach arrives, you know, the coach arrives just over half an hour before my appointment at this tent in the middle of the airport, okay? Now, the results for this express, you know, say it's going to be within 3 hours, right? You're saying that it could be half an hour, right? So which has got the greater chance? The results being late getting to me, or the coach being delayed in rush hour traffic and me missing my appointment? I'd actually say there's more likelihood of that one. I've had many a coach to an airport in London, and the bloody coach has been, you know, an hour late, and then, you know, whatever. It happens. Rush hour. So what if there's a crash on the road? You know, throws everything into disarray. Ben, the tests at the airport are mega efficient, mate. Don't worry about it, honestly. I do hope, well, hopefully that comes from personal experience, Ben. You know, good, nice bit of, you make me feel better, Ben. That's what I want to hear, but we'll see anyway. We'll see. Paul Hoskin, did he have crumpets? Yeah. So, Soy Hollywood, take some pork pie for the coach trip. You're not actually supposed to eat for a couple of hours before you have one of these tests, apparently. You know, I'm pretty good. I'll have a meal on Sunday evening, and I'll probably sleep on the car. I won't eat or drink after that. This is it, Graham Johnson. Now, I know that I'm not keeping up with the chat very well here. Graham Johnson, you can't take your new laptop on because it won't fit in the size box. Oh, God, I hope you bloody, well, whatever. Who says I'm going with Ryanair, by the way? Well, you know, I don't know. Daryl Fox, Eddie, would you consider Benidorm? A few of us hadn't there in a few. Benidorm's all right. Benidorm's okay. I would consider Benidorm, but I want to go to Crete because I've always wanted to go there, and I'm sure that it's got a lot to offer, and that's the place where I really want to be right now. Mac Adawag, good luck finding a lady in Crete. Going to cost you a few £100 for an East European hag. Well, I'm not actually going there for the women. I'm going there because I want it to be the starting point of maybe a winter of travel. And Crete seems to me like a soft option. It seems somewhere safe, somewhere beautiful environment. I've been to the island of Rhodes and it was lovely. Somewhere I can relax and without totally says I'm not going there for the women, believe it or not. You know, I know there are some lovely, lovely Greek women, and they want, you know, the beautiful, stunning Greek, you know, lady come along. I wouldn't say no. Mark Hughes, correct for ranks. My daughter's been to road, there. If you're double jacked and no issue going there, just need lateral flow prior to leaving. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's you know I hate the idea maybe because I'm not used to it, this bloody PC artist, and I know I've banged on about it. It's just I knew all along that this is going to be the most irritating thing about getting abroad. But I've booked it tonight on the internet. I've got my you know my email, and if you know it's all just hitting up. It's all hitting up. I'll tell you next week anyway how it went. Let's see. Mike, good. Whatever. Let's see. Fret's beautiful water and rock runs. Go swim in the sun. Jack Polson. Fret's beautiful blue water and rock. The Greek islands. I mean, I've only been to the island of Rhodes, and it was gorgeous in the month of September. It was absolutely, absolutely lovely. A country that I know well is Turkey, which is on the red list. But Turkey is the most underrated landscape in that part of the world. There are such beautiful islands, and the month of September, the weather is fantastic and wonderful. I just want to go there and relax in the hot sunshine. And another thing about that part of the world as well, they have such beautiful blue skies. They you know, cloudless skies. It's a lovely environment. I just wanted to get out there and relax and drink beers and maybe do a few food reviews and suss out my new equipment. I mean, someone's told me I won't be able to take my new laptop on board. Oh, God, oh, bloody mighty. John Mitch, nice to hear from you, John Mitch. Hope all's well anyway in the island. I think you live in Dublin, don't you? I'm sure. I hope all's well for you, mate. Hope you can get out to. Well, I hope we can all get travelling pretty soon. George Orwell. I remember sitting on an ancient open air toilet in Turkey. That's one to remember. Absolutely. High five. You'll be in Amsterdam by day 3 of the holiday. Ed. No. What's happening to Amsterdam these days? I haven't heard much of that. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't really paid any attention. Things are changing every day anyway. You're there one day, and on to the next. I've had some great times in Amsterdam, magnificent times. All as I know is that I'm starting in Crete, and hopefully, if it goes well, I'll stay out there for a few weeks, maybe even as much as a month. Okay, where are we? DC Corfu was a fantastic place for snorkeling, crystal clear sea, and apparently from Corfu, you can get quite easily to Albania, can't you? Albania, but yeah, Albania. That's what you told me. Yeah, you can get to Albania. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Once I start traveling, I'll make it up as I go along. I just don't know where I'm going. Mac Adwa, good nudie beaches in Crete. You dirty pervert. Would you really want to see me doing that? Okay. Great weather, great food. John Mitch, Dundalk, because that where you are. I've never actually been to Ireland. I've never actually been there. I would like to, but I heard it's quite expensive. Dundalk, is that where you are? I'm sure there's some lovely parts of that country. I've seen pictures of it. Bryn Roberts thought Turkey is amber. No. I don't get it with Turkey because last year they were a country that seemed to be doing all right with the antivirus. one of the few countries, and people were actually going there last year during the pandemic. But now I was surprised to be put on the red list, and it's still on the red list now. I think it's one of those countries where they had a lot more of the anti-virus than what they were letting on about, to be honest with you. Neil Fleet, you'll be fine next week, mate. Stay positive. Absolutely, yeah. I just want, hopefully by this time next week, hopefully I will have arrived in Crete and I'll be having a late night beer at a night, a bar. I've seen pictures, I've seen videos of Crete, and it looks fantastic and somewhere I can totally relax in a nice warm, so walk around in a short. The weather for the month of September is so reliable in that part of the world. You've got extremely little chance of rain. It's that's just a place where I just want to go relax. And when I'm there relaxing, then I'll start making plans, if it's possible to make plans about future travels for this winter. Let's see. DC, Casalopi Coffee. You can see Albania not far away across this. I wouldn't mind Albania. I'm sure that's a nice place. I mean, I think I've seen some videos of Albania, and apparently it's a lovely country. Well, Turkey's a beautiful country. A lot of people think Turkey is like, I was thinking Turkey was like a desert country, like Saudi Arabia or something. There's nothing of the sort. Turkey is very green, it's very mountainous, it's got big wide roads, it's got beautiful islands. Maybe Albania has the same. I wouldn't mind, I'd give it a go. Kipax, have you booked your hotels yet? No, I haven't booked my hotels. The only three things that are booked is the flight, the coach to the airport, and the PCR test. They're the things if I can get through that PCR test at the airport before I board my flight, then I might just book a hotel then, with my mobile phone, book it on booking.com or whatever. We'll see. Anthony Cavalier. Anthony Cavalier, if you go to Turkey, make sure they know you are British. The Turks are going after us Americans. Why is that? I'm not so sure about. Not so sure. I don't know. I'm the first time I've ever heard that. Oh, Turks know that I'm British. They know Liverpool accents. Turks know everything about British people. They know Liverpool accents. And whatever. I don't need to tell them that I'm British. The first time I turned up in Turkey, I was at a bar somewhere. I don't think I met too many Turkish people, and I said, I'll have a pint of FS beer, please. And then the Turkish guy said, Scouser. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they bloody know it. I said, how much is the beer? He said, special Scouser price for you, my friend. Oh, no, the Turks know all about British people. They're always British. Okay. Let's see. Who's that? Bobby Weber. Good evening. Good seeing you, Eddie. Just back from a lovely week in Puerto Vallarta. That's in Mexico. See, Mexico was one that, I was bagging off for Mexico, a long time. It was, shall I or shall I? And then, at the last minute, that's another one that was put on the red list. I always thought that Mexico had far more of that anti-virus than what they were letting on about, and it's been put on the red list now anyway, and whatever. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, okay. Albania, George Merritt, well, fast, Eddie. Okay, fine, thank you. Thanks for that comment. Let's see, Kaylee 911. God almighty, the passenger locator form requires an address where you were staying, I think. The passenger locator didn't say that when I filled it out on the internet. Daniel Quigley, Eddie could be the male version of Shirley Valentine. Yeah, I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie. It was quite a watchable movie. What was that actress? Pauline Collins, who played Shirley. It was enjoyable. It was more of a woman's movie. That was more of a woman's movie, wasn't it? Really, but it was a nice little Victoria Bitter. Rusty Lid, don't get nicked by the Albanian Rosses. Wait a minute, slow down. I'm not actually booked for Albania. Not yet, anyway. How am I doing for bit? Okay, nearly. Let's see now. Tampa guy, 35. Eddie owned a house in Turkey. I think I owned an apartment in Turkey. And to be honest with you, I actually got bored with it. Beautiful big apartment, but I just got bored with it. There's a difference between traveling abroad and living abroad. You know, I'm still too young I'm still too young. Can you hear me? Are people saying what is happening there? What is happening there? What is happening here? What is happening? If I touch something I shouldn't have touched, bollocks. What is happening? Can you hear me now? Oh, good enough. Okay, buzzing sound. What the hell is happening here? Oh my God, this is no good, is it? This is no good. Turn that off. There is sound, but very low. Tricky, no, almost awful high pitch. What the hell is the matter with this high pitch sound? Give me a, oh my God almighty, that's no good. I'm 46 minutes into this. Let me see. Let's see. Maybe the door is here. Low volume, painful. Oh, Maxine just got to your PC. Just turn your volume up, okay? Give it a whack. What you did fixed it for 1 second. Okay. Squeaky noise, Eddie. Only the Americans, Canadians. I don't have to. I really do not know what's happened there. I really don't know. I really don't know. Can you hear me now? Jack Poulsen, YouTube said, "What stuff for this?" Oh God, I don't want this. I've still got things to bloody talk about. Okay. Wohan taking, oh God almighty. Michael speaker unplugged, very quiet head. Chef mic extremely low. Need to mute the speakers. I can, Eddie, but it's low. Okay, what are we going to do now? Someone said give it a whack. Sometimes that bloody works, doesn't it? Someone said give it a whack. Someone else said punch the PC. What has happened? It was doing well, wasn't it? It was doing well. It was doing well. It was awful. What the hell? What the hell? Tricky Ricky sounds like dolphins being strangled to death. Maybe microphone cable loose. Let me just check something.